couple of months ago, I came across this incredible photo of a large mountain rock standing alone in a wide flat landscape, and I couldn't believe whether it was real or AI. So after some research, I found out this place actually existed. No AI, just 7 days to venture through the island of Sri Lanka, to capture the one shot I've been dreaming about since the first time I saw it, and without knowing that I only had one chance.
I just quit my 9 to 5 to be here, met up with my Spanish filmmaker companion Angel, and now we are on our way with the Ceylon Express along the Sri Lankan south coast to find and hike the world famous Sigiriya rock fortress. First stop, a small town called Marissa with the famous Coconut Tree Hill. Behind me you can see the Coconut Tree Hill. That's the main attraction here in Marissa. And usually it's pretty crowded, but right now it's around lunchtime. I think a lot of people are out eating lunch, so that's why it's a bit emptier than usual. I think we will come back here for sunrise or sunset. Sunrise it should be empty, and that's the perfect time when the light is the best. We continue to visit the secret beach for sunset, which turned out to be not so secret at all, and then called it a night before an early morning wake-up call. It's still pitch black outside, but here goes our morning mission. Alright, it's now a few minutes past 6 a.m. and we're here all by ourselves. Crazy, you can even see some fishers out here. I think one girl is going there surfing, and it's just a relaxing morning here in Marissa. Now we just have to wait a little longer. Let's see if it was worth it to get up this early. Yeah, that was a very mediocre morning. Now my only hope is that once we're in Sigiriya for the one shot that we're here for, I hope it will be better, I hope it will be worth it. The next thing we're gonna do, go out on a safari on our way to the next stop, which is Ella. And I can't wait for the safari, to be honest. Here in Marissa we have seen so many beautiful animals just on the side of the road. I think the safari will be even better. As we already saw some elephants on our way to the Udawalawe National Park, I slowly got the feeling that this safari will make up for the bad morning by all means. Udawalawe is a smaller national park on the south of the island, oftentimes placed in the shadows of popular parks like Yala and Wilpatu. But let me show you why this will turn out as completely unjustified. Alright, after it was very foggy just a few minutes ago, the sun came through, looks beautiful, and here goes the safari. So after seeing a bunch of birds before, we now made it to the first big animal. I think it's a group of 3 or 4 elephants, but it is a bit hard to see because everyone here is trying to do the same. I think we have like 10 or 12 different trucks just driving around on this same small spot here near the elephants. Whew. I don't think that's very nature friendly, but I guess that's how the tourism here works. And all of a sudden it hit me. Sitting in the back of the Jeep with a fresh breeze in my face and the sun on my skin, watching all those wild animals roam around in their natural habitat, I felt free to do whatever I wanted. You know, I had just quit my corporate job only 3 weeks ago. This was my first adventure, the first time I felt free. And this was only the beginning of a 4-month-long journey through Asia. So we just finished our 3-hour tour through the national park, and it was truly an absolutely amazing experience. Money well spent.
We continued the trip to Ella with one more stop at one of Sri Lanka's largest waterfalls.
So our driver was so kind to make a stop at the famous waterfall here near Ella. Fortunately, it's right by the street, but that also means it's very crowded right now. But since the last few days have been very wet, a lot of rain coming down, the waterfall looks really epic.
We had planned a couple of days here in Ella, which also turned out to be the backpackers' hotspot of the island and a super vibrant and touristy town. Of course, we couldn't miss the world-famous 9 Arches Bridge just a few minutes outside the town and decided to check it out before it got dark.
Whew, that was a close one. So when we arrived here, we checked out this viewpoint and there was a timetable with the times the train comes along here. And there was one, I think, 5 minutes before we arrived, and the next one 1 hour later. And we stayed at the viewpoint for a few minutes, and then I thought, yeah, let's check out the bridge, go downstairs. And the moment I stood up, I could hear the train honking. I was like, oh shit, we gotta get back here, stay here and take some photos and videos of the train. Now let's see if it comes again later. But this is what Instagram is not showing you. There are so many people here, it is so crowded. I'm wondering why there were no accidents with the train running someone over before, because I think there are a couple thousand people here, which is a lot for this small place, and they're everywhere. So we've changed the locations and are now waiting below the bridge for the train to come. I've prepared everything, the drone is ready, so the moment the train comes I just have to take off and get some clean drone shots. I hope we don't have to wait too long. I'm still excited for it. Yeah, we gave up the waiting. There was one train that was supposed to come at 5:40. Now it's 6:20, so 40 minutes ago. No sound, no nothing. It's getting dark. We're gonna make our way back to the hotel. And just as relief, the train comes. 2 minutes ago we were on the bridge, and now the train drove by. We give it another shot.
But just seeing the train wasn't enough for us. We wanted to experience the famous Kandy to Ella train ride by ourselves, so we booked a ticket to a smaller and not so far away town called Nuwara Eliya. And this train ride did not disappoint.
That's crazy being in a train that's as high up as the clouds.
So after about 3.5 hours, we made it to the train station of Nuwara. And in case you're wondering what took us so long, that's because the train was going at the max speed of, I am not kidding, 30 kilometers per hour.
And we're stuck in traffic leaving the train station because everyone that's coming to visit Nuwara Eliya is leaving here at another village just outside the town, and everyone is taking a taxi to go there. So there's hundreds of people arriving and everyone taking a taxi.
And on our way through Nuwara Eliya, we drove past a lively sports field that we wanted to check out. Since I have a background in professional track and field in my teens, watching these kids practice was super fun. And I learned that besides India, Sri Lanka is one of the few countries where cricket is the most popular sport.
So we just walked into this municipal sports field. All the kids around us want photos, want videos. It's really fun, everyone is smiling, having a good time. And these kids are doing all kind of sports, long jump, javelin throwing, they're running 80 meters, 100 meters, playing cricket, playing football. It's really fun. I think these are the unique experiences you only get when going in there, getting out of your comfort zone, joining the locals. I love it. This makes me smile. It's so fun. What's your name?
Ladursanan.
Ladusana?
Yes,
And which grade are you in?
I'm in 8th.
8th grade?
Yes.
Your
My
favorite sport?
is high jump, running and drill.
We just walked by, saw all the kids on the field playing like all different kind of sports. So we decided to just join them and just see where it goes. And this shows again that you can just do things. It was such a fun experience. Just joining these local kids here. And those are the real experience with the true locals. We're walking up that hill to check out the tea plantations. And there's just cows going through them. I think that looks very funny. One of them even got a little bird sitting on its back.
But as our time in Nuwara Eliya came to an end, we made our way back to the train station and hopped on the last train back to Ella.
So we made it back to Ella, and again we just had to jump off the train in the middle of nowhere because it's not stopping where the actual train station is. And now we're just walking like 700 meters over the rails to get back into the city. It's ridiculous. Today was pretty chill so far, doing some work the whole morning, and now it's just after lunch, so I'm gonna take another shot on the 9 Arches Bridge, see if I get more lucky. Angel is staying home because he's feeling a bit sick.
And just minutes after arriving, I could overhear some construction workers saying the train would be coming in 5 minutes. So I took out my drone to look out for it, and what can I say, I've hit the jackpot.
And now we're on the way for another adventurous hike. I think we still got time before it gets dark, so I'll take that time to try and reach the Little Adams Peak. It's one of the highest mountains in this area. It is a bit foggy and cloudy right now, so I don't know if it will be worth it. We'll try it anyways, because I got nothing else to do right now. Crazy, I didn't even know how many nice resorts and like pool clubs there were just outside of Ella. I just saw that there's even a huge zip line just a couple 100 meters away from here. And I just saw that you could even book a guy flying the FPV drone following you down the zip line. And I found it so funny. I've never seen this before anywhere. Woo! I'm so out of breath. But I made it. I made it up to the Little Adams Peak. I think that's the first viewpoint of 2. But I'm basically all by myself with a couple of dogs. So that's pretty chill. So quiet up here right now. There are very few tourists. But the views are so nice. You can't really see that far, but still. I mean, look at this. It's so awesome up here. Yeah, I think this hike is totally sketchy. And I just took the drone over to see if the view is worth it. But I don't think so. I'll just go back. I don't want to die. I'm all by myself. There's nobody else here really much. So I'll just go back and leave it as it is.
Finishing our time in Ella, it was time to go to the one place this was all about. And after 4 hours in an old Suzuki that felt like it was falling apart, we arrived at our stay for the next 3 nights, therefore giving us 2 days to achieve this shot of the Sigiriya rock. From what we've heard, the weather conditions here were super bad the last few weeks, as it was raining constantly. And at our arrival, it did not look much different. But that's when a local told us that from tomorrow the weather is supposed to be much better. So we went to bed with high hopes. And when we woke up at 5 AM to get ready, we could already hear the bad news. It was raining again. So we decided to postpone this mission one more day, hoping that we'll have more luck later on.
We decided to give it a try, check out the Sigiriya rock, and we took the bus here, like a 3-minute drive. At the moment we step out of the bus, it starts raining again. There's a whole monkey family up here somewhere, and then there's the rock. Always gotta be careful with the monkeys, so they don't see my camera or my cap. So we're gonna scout the location, take a look at the rock, and then tomorrow morning is the final mission to get the perfect shot, the one shot I've been dreaming about, the one shot that is the reason why we are here. We're gonna check it out today to see where we have to go tomorrow. There's a baby monkey with its mama. You can really see the queue of tourists waiting at the stairs to climb up the rock.
Sigiriya's history began as a Buddhist monastery around the 3rd century BC, but it is most famous for its transformation into a royal fortress and capital city in the 5th century AD by King Kasyapa. He had seized the throne from his father and his half-brother, who fled to India. Fearing revenge, Kasyapa moved his capital to Sigiriya, building a massive, heavily defended palace complex on the top of the rock. But when his brother returned with an army, Kasyapa couldn't stand a chance and lost his throne again. After his death, Sigiriya was abandoned and eventually reclaimed by the jungle before being rediscovered by the British colonials 1400 years later in the 19th century.
So we were on our way back, and I decided to take out the drone for a moment to get some shots further away of the Sigiriya rock, and suddenly it started pouring rain, and even right now it's still raining so much and I could barely get the drone back. The drone is super wet, everything, camera is wet, the controller and my phone super wet, but at least I could get the drone back here without it stopping working or crashing, and I think I just got really lucky again.
But I decided to try my luck again for sunset.
So it's now about 70 minutes to sunset, and the last time I flew the drone I spotted a small rock just reaching out of the trees with a perfect view of the Sigiriya rock, and my goal is to get there. Whew. What a sketchy hike, but we're here, we made it. I think sunset from here looks amazing. Now let's get some breath and then put the drone in the air and enjoy the sunset. Wow, what an amazing sunset this was. I'm still speechless. Let me know how you found it, if you liked the footage. Now let's just hope that the sunrise tomorrow is gonna be just as amazing as this one, and then we finally got the highlight of our trip, recreating this shot right here. I think we're gonna wake up at 5 and then take a tuk-tuk here to climb up the rock. And now I'm heading back. I got my headlight with me, so see you tomorrow morning.
But our luck only lasted so long, as the next morning looked devastating, with the rain only clearing up in the evening. 2 mornings, 2 alarms before dawn, and every time rain. Our challenge failed. But was it? I came to Sri Lanka chasing one photo, but what I found was 1,000 moments, people, stories, and small miracles. Sometimes the perfect shot isn't the one you plan, it's the one that finds you. And there was one photo I took during my sunset mission that comes close enough to my inspiration to make this mission successful after all. Now this is just the beginning of my new Asia series, as there are 5 more destinations on our list. So like the video if you enjoy the series and subscribe so you don't miss out on the other films coming up. And if you're curious where we stayed during the trip, I'll link all the places down in the description.